Bloodhounds. How many times have you seen a prison escape movie when the bloodhounds come out and they get on the chase and try to track someone through the woods?
Yeah, they often save the day, don't they? Do we use bloodhounds like that here in Arizona? The answer is yes, and Troy Hayden found out firsthand how they get their man.
And that's kind of how this story started. We didn't see bloodhounds very often out here in the desert. We wondered, do we have them here? And the answer is yes. And soon after, I found myself running through the desert, being tracked by them. We did this out near the Salt River, northeast of the valley. So here's Phoenix. We kind of went out here right along the Salt River. It's an area that's probably familiar to a lot of people who go out tubing, and I'll put it in 3D and show it to you here. There's a parking area here, and so what I did was acted kind of like a fugitive. Started here in the parking lot, ran over a little bit of this, the sand, and then went through the water a little bit and ended up out here in the desert. The question is, could the dogs find me? All right, I've moved away from the river, and I'm in an area that's full of trees and brush. I need to find a spot to hide. Or a spot to try to hide from her. This is Millie, a Maricopa County Sheriff's Office bloodhound.
Find him.
Her nose is put to a variety of uses, and it's amazing.
It's pretty close to 10,000 times stronger than the average human. And they're sniffing with their ears and their nose and their saliva keeps that smell close enough to them so they can gather it up and keep on the scent trail.
Today, her job is to track me out into the desert.
These are just gauze pads, and I'm going to have you kind of wipe those on you. You're going to get the skin, the oils from you, and then we're going to place it into a bag so no other scents will actually contaminate it.
Find them.
What exactly is Millie smelling?
Good girl.
My skin cells.
There's millions of them that are being released at any one time. If you were to have a special camera, you'd actually see kind of like an umbrella where all the skin cells are falling and going to the ground.
And that's what the dog is smelling.
Right.
Good girl.
So without ever seeing me at all, Millie is using that material I rubbed on my skin for a scent and is going to try to find me. I take off into the desert. It's amazing to think that just skin cells coming off of me are enough for the dog to smell and track where I am.
Find him.
I'm walking over some water now. See if the dog can track me through the Salt River.
Where is he? Find him.
I'm moving at a slow jog over rocks and sand down towards the Salt River. I'm gonna find my way back here and hide under a tree the way somebody who might be running from police or sheriff's deputies would.
Find him, girl. This is a natural ability that bloodhounds have. This is not something we really instill in them. This is something we just define for them.
About 10-15 minutes out here into the desert, and I've got my spot underneath this mesquite tree, and now I just sit here and hide and wait.
Go, find him.
Millie and 2 other bloodhounds with the sheriff's office do all sorts of work like this.
Where's he at?
They've been out on a number of searches so far this year.
Lost children, older people with Alzheimer's and things like that, suicide people, people who run from accidents, people that escape.
And today, it's me. Fortunately, unlike police dogs, bloodhounds won't bite who they're after. Oh, you found me. You found me. I'm the guy. I'm the guy. And they're very nice when they find you. They don't bite you.
That was surprising. They don't signal to the handler at all. They just kind of
go right at you. But the thing that blew my mind is that we're shedding all these skin cells, and the skin cells come down and they kind of pop when they hit the ground, and they let off that smell, and that's what they find.
Well, I choose to look at you as just somebody who's lost, not a fugitive, not somebody who's done anything wrong.
That's nice.
I like the idea that they can go after somebody who runs from the scene of an accident, because we see that all the time.
Right, and they can pick it up. They say in one instance somebody jumped out of an accident, they went down the road, and all of a sudden the dog just lost the scent, and they couldn't figure it out, and they got up to the road and found out later on they jumped into a vehicle and took off, and that's why the dog lost him.
Very interesting.
But I want to thank the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office for bringing us out.
So they've got the scent dogs, the bloodhounds, and then you send the canine in to do business.
Oh yeah, the canines, yeah.
And don't hide with Troy.
Yeah,
find somebody else.
Under
a tree. Thanks, Troy.
Yeah.